Welcome to the first class of this channel, the third yogi. We'll get right into it. It's basically just a quick flow to get full movement in the body, find the breath, and just connect with yourself. So let's get started. It'll only maybe be like 10 minutes, something like that. But let's start. Just come up to all fours. All fours here. Stack your shoulders over your wrist. Relax the feet down onto the mat. And just start rocking forward and back just to loosen up the wrist. So forward and back for a couple of times. And then some small circles going clockwise. And again, just loosening up the wrist, as this will be a quick full body flow to get into the body, get into movement. And then let's go the opposite way, clockwise. And back to neutral. Turn both hands outwards. Rock forward and back. And you can do this flow in the morning before work, lunch break, as well as after you get off work. And come back to center. Forward and back one more time. Inhale, exhale to child's pose. So bring the knees outwards along the outside edges of the mat. Place your toes together, your big toes touching if you can, and then sink back towards the hips. Walk your hands outwards and come down to child's pose. If you can bring your head towards the mat, great. If not, no worries. You can always place a block underneath the sitting bone. Start to find the breath, breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the nose as well. Keep pressing down through your hands, sinking the hips towards your heels. And a few more breaths in child's pose. And from here, bring both hands over to the right side of the mat. Keep pressing down equally through each hand. You should feel the stretch down the left side body, from the armpit, left armpit, down towards the left hip. A few breaths. In and out through the nose. And let's come back to center. Both hands sink a tad bit more into the hips. Press down. And switch sides. Take both hands over towards the left side of the mat. Same thing here. You should feel the stretch down the right side body, from armpit to hip. Breath in. Exhale. And back to center. Press down to the hands a little bit more if you can to sink closer to the heels. If not, again, don't worry about it. Listen to your body. Great. And I'll slowly start to come up to all fours once again. And just a couple cat cows, just a few. Inhale, look up. Press down through the mat. Exhale, curl the spine. Press away from the mat. Inhale, drop the stomach towards the mat. Lift your eyes high up to the sky. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, press away from the mat. Curl the spine. And last one. Inhale, look up. Exhale, press away. And back to neutral. Curl your feet, curl your toes, and slowly lift on up to downward facing dog. So this is the first downward facing dog of this brief practice. Take note of how you feel throughout the body. Pedal out the feet. And whether you are a beginner to yoga, maybe a veteran, you've been practicing for some time, downward facing dog eventually becomes a resting pose. So whether you're doing a 30-minute class, a 60-minute class, whenever you come back to downward facing dog, it's where you find your breath. Press through the hands. Shift the heels down towards the mat if you can. Breath in. Exhale. Find a little bit more space in your downward facing dog. Take a peek at the hands. You can bend the knees and slowly walk towards the top of your mat to ragdoll position. Grab both elbows with both hands. Keep a slight bend in your knees. There's no reason to target the back of the legs this soon. Keep reaching the top of the head toward your mat. And you should feel this down the entire length of the back of the legs. Find the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Release the tension you may be holding in the shoulders and mid-neck. Big breath in. Exhale. On your next inhale, slowly curl the spine upwards to extended mountain pose. So vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up. The last thing that comes up is the head, then the arms. Reach all the way up. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Stay here for a few breaths. Exhale. Really reach up through the crown of the head. All the way down to the bottoms of the feet, the soles of the feet. Breathe in. Exhale. With your right hand, grab the left wrist and take a side bend over towards your right. Point your gaze towards the top hand. Inhale. Exhale, let it out. And back to center. And switch sides. With the left hand, grab the right wrist. Side bend over towards the left. Point your gaze towards that top right hand. Inhale. Exhale, breathe out. And back to center. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward for our first sun salutation. A, halfway lift, breath in. Step your right foot back to high plank. Come down to the knees. Come all the way down to low plank chaturanga. Press up to upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. So this is the second downward facing dog here. You should feel a little bit more openness throughout the back legs. Find your breath. Point your gaze between the feet. And really lengthen out through the side body. So press back through the hands. And press down through the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath here. Breathe in. Exhale, come down to the knees. With knees and thighs touching, come back to child's pose. Reach both arms behind you. Place the top of the head down onto the mat. If you can't come all the way down, again, no worries. Do what is possible for you. Listen to your body. There's never a competition in yoga. It's just you and your mat. Find the breath. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. With your hands, place both hands down. Press up. If you can stand kind of at a seated position, like a Japanese seated position, stay here. If not, you can always come down to a seated position, but we'll just do a small twist. I'll face the camera where you guys can see it. We'll just come to a standing seat, and twist to your right. Place your left hand on the outside part of the right thigh. Place your right hand behind you. And try to look back towards that right shoulder. Breathing in. Exhale. Last breath. Through the exhale, see if you can find a little bit more space with the twist. And back to center. And switch sides. Right hand comes to the left part of the thigh. Left hand comes back. Inhale. Exhale, find the twist. Last breath. Breathing in. Exhale, find a little bit more space with the twist. And back to center. Come back to all fours. Pop back up to downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Step the right foot between the hands to a high lunge. Runner's lunge here. Just feel the stretch down the top of the left thigh, running into the inner groin area. You can come up to the fingertips or come down to the hands. Either one is fine. With your left hand down, reach your right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the arm back down. Step your right foot back to downward facing dog. And opposite side here. So inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot towards the middle of the hands to that runner's lunge. And again, coming up to the fingertips. Or if you can come all the way down to the hands, that's fine. Either one works. Inhale, find the breath. Connecting breath to movement. So when we inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, breathe it out. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Point your gaze between the feet. Exhale. Come on up to the tippy toes. Inhale. Exhale, back down. Take a peek between the hands. Inhale. Step towards the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Exhale. Sweep right up to chair pose. So bringing both arms up to the skies. You can keep the feet apart or you can bring them in close. And you can keep the hands wide as well, whichever is more comfortable for you. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Breath in. Step back to high plank. Come down to low plank. Upward facing dog. Breath in. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. This is warrior one. So reach your right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot towards the top of the mat. Place your back foot down. Reach both arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, back down to high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Warrior one, left side. Reach your left leg up to the sky. Inhale. Step it forward. Place the right foot down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, high plank. Down to low plank. You can always come down to the knees. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Coming down to the knees. Spinning around. Coming down to a lying position. Stack your knees over your ankles. And just a small bridge here. Lift up through the hips. You can interlace your hands underneath you. Keep lifting up through bridge. Press down through all four corners of the feet. Make sure your knees are in line with the hips. Find the breath. And lower down, lower down. And slowly start to extend both legs out in front of you. Same with the arms, palms facing up. Feel free to stay here resting in Shavasana. If not, we'll see you next video. Have a great rest of your day.